Okay, we're back. And we're going to pop into vaults. We're going to see if we can't finish this out. Gotta be careful, we really don't want to be paralyzed here. Particularly next to the Centaur, but now that he's dead, we're safer. Somebody summoned a redback. Not this guy, he can't do that. Must be the deep elf mage. Alright, I'm not risking it anymore. We're using the lightning. I'm gonna be happy when I can take this Hat of Pondering off. I mean, sure, I can still kite and pretty easily against speed 10 things, but losing a bit of speed is never fun on a character that relies on its speed for kiting. I mean, it really does make the character less resilient. Okay, we are marked. Let's make it to the staircase up. Thankfully, the floor was mostly explored. Great Orb of Eyes is honestly kind of scary if it's not by itself. And remember, we are hurting on MR. It's going to be a lot better once we find a ring of MR. Still no faith. Found a few amulets, but no faith. Sometimes you don't find faith. I will say I'm a little disappointed with my overall damage output. Maybe we can improve that just by training fighting, and perhaps with another +3 from enchant weapon scrolls. There's this one, but it's locked. It's locked behind a dig wall. So what are you gonna do about that, really? Using lightning rod to take that guy out, even though he was behind some stuff. Really excellent tool for that purpose. Okay, we'll go down. Now, I'm tempted to wear Ice Dragon armor. Not the artifact, because teleport is terrifying, but minus teleport is, but instead just the regular one. When I go into slime, in fact, the only reason I'm not already in there is a lack of our core, and more importantly, the MR problem. I think that would be an excellent place for this character to be, if only I was immune to the effects of golden eyes, or or if I had a really big stack of potions of curing. But right now, if you look at golden eyes, they have a 25% chance to confuse me, and it's insane. It's way too high. Alright, we're unfortunately next to this dude who can paralyze, so we're going to open up with the lamp, because we want him to die if he paralyzes me. Oh, wait, we want crossbow flaming. I can't forget that I have penetration on hand. Oh, hey, digging. We make a little pit stop into lair. And we dig right through. Easy enough, right? Looks like all we really get here is an enchant weapon scroll, but nothing wrong with that. You know, then again, maybe I should wear that ice dragon armor with the minus Tella. We have haste. If I'm careful, it should be okay. Whoa, tabbing too hard. We do not want to be paralyzed without the power of clouds helping me out a bit. Being paralyzed with a deep troll coming is just crazy reckless. So we're going to do our best to make sure that doesn't happen. We're playing a different kind of vaults this game. You know, this is different. This is really an entirely different beast due to the fact that we do not have the MR to work with. I mean, it changes a lot. It changes a lot about how you play the game if, you know, if you need to worry about being paralyzed by the large number of things in here that are capable of paralyzing you. Like this guy. I don't even have enough MR to be immune to the paralyze from an Orc Sorcerer. That's pretty bad. So every single floor we're going to be dealing with threats like that. And on top of that, we're going to be dealing with... Hey, this is a good place for penetration. We're going to be dealing with other MR targeting threats, such as Sentinel Mark, which is a huge deal. Depending on how explored the floor already is, you could end up bringing the entire floor down on your head. I don't want that. Would you want that? Come on, archery. Nope. As long as I can keep them in a line, this penetration is incredibly good. I mean, you may think, well, it's not that good because you don't get a damage brand, but effectively you do. You're doing 3 times the damage if you're hitting 3 things of a regular Arbalest, which is way, way, way better. Also, this is a way to take out paralysis guys like this while taking almost no risk, since they can't paralyze you through things that are in front of them. Oh, this is not so good. I'm gonna have to just hope that he doesn't send some particularly bad nastiness my way. Okay, it's not so bad. Actually, we'll kill the vampire mage. Whew, we are having a little bit of trouble. Put on penetration. It's a little bit rough, this whole encounter, but looks like we made our way through it, and it's reminded me I need to recharge my paralysis. We get a nice fat 16 charges this time, so that's cool. Still only have 10 evocations training, but I mean that's sufficient. Oh boy. A lot of wardens. I like that penetration gives you chances to, you know, if you miss, it's less of a big deal because there's chances that it'll hit the thing behind it, and the thing behind that, and the thing behind that. More than just a regular bolt where, you know, the buck stops as soon as it hits something. I think that is incredible. Okay, this is not good. That whole cloud strategy is cute, but it doesn't really guarantee anything. It's just a little bit of insurance. I get paralyzed and I'm still doing damage to the ogre mage, and maybe it dies while I'm paralyzed, or maybe I take a ton of damage from lightning bolt. In fact, I should probably be using Eos against them, because their only way of doing big damage to me is the lightning bolt, and if I have Eos on, I have Arlek. So I'm gonna have to think about that, but I do think that that is the proper way to proceed. It's good to pay attention to what's actually in that book next to the paralyze. I mean, sometimes it's something you can't do much about to mitigate, like an orb of destruction. I mean, if you're paralyzed and you're next to them, you're just gonna have to take it. Got our first throwing net. It's good stuff. That will make TRJ easier to kill. This guy we're going to use heroism against. We're going to use finesse. You know what? Why don't we just get these dudes in a line? Just checking out my illusion here. 45 damage. Did I kill one of them? One of the illusions? Maybe not, it just blinked. This looks like it's doing nothing. I mean, the one on the back was taking damage, and thankfully that was the real one. But what are you going to do, you know? The thing is that those shots are very RNG heavy, so they'll do nothing for a while and then they'll do a ton of damage. It can be a little disheartening to shoot 5-6 times and do nothing and you think, oh, well, I can't win this fight. I think that's the instinct of most people who play this game when they're doing melee, they're doing ranged, and they see like, oh, I'm just doing... And I'm talking about newer players who aren't really familiar with how the RNG swings. But the truth is, the truth is that, yeah, you can fire 10 times in a row, do nothing, and then on your 10th shot you can do 4 million damage. Well, not 4 million, but you know what I mean. Like the entire hit point pool of whatever you're trying to kill or close to it. And you're like left there thinking, gee, where did that come from? Was that a trove? I think that was a trove. Check it out here in a second. This one's haste, so it is in fact a paralyze. We'll put on EOS. That's real scary, having it be hasted and have the access to paralyze at the same time. This is a Zealot sword. Do you mean jihad? Oh man, you're gonna hear me talk crap about these stupid renames every single time I come across these weapons. Just on account of the fact that they're dumb. They are dumb and pointless, and it's busybody stuff, you know. Manual of summonings. We could try to rebrand my... we could try to rebrand... Oh, this trove sucks. We could try to rebrand my Arbalest of... or excuse me, my triple crossbow of Flaming. I don't think that's going to happen. Manual of Maces and Flails as well, which is... kind of useful, I guess. Now the manual of summonings is interesting. That might actually make me want to do a little bit in the way of casting. Just doing a little spring cleaning on my inventory here. I really don't want to train any more maces and flails. I'm already annoyed that I trained it up to 7, which is not that high, but still. It's the principle of the thing. What could I do, realistically, if I trained some summonings? And didn't want to train much further than the manual. What we actually have available right now, other than summon butterflies, which is a no-brainer. Oh, we have Lightning Spire, which can be useful. I could see some goofy things I do with Lightning Spire. bear with me here. I have some ideas, and we'll just see where I go with this. I don't really want to describe it yet. The whole idea. But, you know, at the very least, it's going to give me butterflies at a very decent spell power. Actually, let me memorize that, too. And hey, I can probably pick up Ice Beast too, perhaps. Certainly we will not be using Dragon Skull. But we might get, like, you know, we could get Book of Shadows or something, I don't know. We could get useful stuff. We could see myself casting level 6 spells. I mean, this character has so much intelligence. Ignoring that manual of summonings would be the height of I don't know if I want to say hubris, but it would be a lot of pride. You know, it's like, oh no, I just want to use my crossbow. Leave me alone. I want to use my crossbow. Well, you know, if the game is screaming at you to go in a particular direction, you should probably listen at least a little bit. Oh jeez. Wow, are you gonna run out? You gonna run out of stones, bro? Strength. We should burn through the manual pretty quickly. Oh, darn it. We just wasted 2 enchant armors only to find a +2 cloak 5 seconds later. That's always a bad feeling. I like to occasionally look over my god gifts and my artifacts just to see if I missed anything. By the way, I'm not going to risk the brand weapon. I do hope we find another triple crossbow, one that's rather well enchanted, because we're going to do the whole swap to TSO thing this game. We're going to do crypts. And we're going to get a holy triple crossbow to carry around. If we can get one enchanted decently. Unfortunately, we are out of recharging, and that means we are, for now, out of clouds. But we finished out vaults, except for vaults 5, which we are quite simply, I don't think, ready for yet. I do not like to do, I don't like to do Vaults 5 without any sort of blinking. GoldenEye is still 21%. So I'm thinking that we pop into elves. And maybe we'll find some MR here finally. Some kind of MR that's, you know, not a hat that slows me down. Well, that sucks. I was trying to go up the stairs because I knew that was distortion. Now we're in a little bit of an awkward place. Please just die. There we go. Now my lack of RLEC can be slightly obnoxious here because of the fact that a lot of things hit with Lightning Bolt, mainly the debuff mages. But it's not the end of the world or anything. Okay. We will rebrand. Freezing, that's good. That's what I wanted. Well, what I wanted was velocity, but I'll take freezing. The reason I like freezing is that it works on orbs of fire. To a degree. They're still resistant, but I like velocity because while it does a little less extra damage, it does it to everything, regardless of resistance. Okay, we got recharge. I use it directly on the clouds. We'll use penetration to kill two at once. Hey, we got our last enchant weapon, so triple crossbow freezing is now +9. That's good stuff. Now, I'm XL21. I don't want to go to the Abyss, but I don't think it would be the end of the world if I did. Okay, Summon Forest. See, this is obnoxious because let me check some things out real quick. 32. Honestly, there's no reason for me to have plate armor on. Because, well, except for GDR. But the actual AC component of it is not doing a lot for me because I have deformed body. I just want to find a lighter armor that is RC+. That's all I'm trying to do here. Now, I would find it unfortunate if I had to go to the IDA for that, because well, I would then no longer have RF+, which almost defeats the purpose. It actually entirely defeats the purpose, since fire is a more common targeted resistance than cold. Well, there's a fire resistance scale mail. And that brings my lightning spire down to 32%. Hmm. I wonder if Malign Tentacle is hated by Zen. I'm going to assume yes, but maybe not. I'll have to look up that interaction. Anyway, we're going to check this scale mail as well. Nope. Alright, we'll just wear this. We'll have no RC+. Oh wait, there's one right there. It's chainmail. Let's try it out. Okay, that's a little better. The encumbrance rating is really not that much lower. Anyway, my plan with this lightning spire, and it's probably dumb, it was to cast it in a hallway and then make it go hostile by using penetration and kill things behind it, and the other things will act as though there's a paralyzed monster in front of them, will not be able to proceed, and will just stand there and die. Now the problem with that plan, now that I'm putting a little more thought into it, the problem with that plan is that I'll just kill the lightning spire is what'll happen. So maybe we'll go ahead and find out. Hello. I will take our core at all times. Sure, and RN plus. Lose a big chunk of AC. But yeah, I may have made a mistake by using summoning, because if I do swap to Zen and it turns out I can't use Malign Tentacle, I mean, I thought, oh wow, this is going to be great, I'll eventually find it. I mean, I guess I'm going to have Summon Forest, but we're just going to hold off. I mean, we have the training, we have Summon Butterflies at pretty good power on account of it, so it wasn't totally wasted or anything. It was just maybe a questionable choice, even with this big intelligence that the game has seen fit to give me. By the way, that was dangerous what I just did. You shouldn't let yourself get surrounded by earth elementals. They do a lot of damage. Anyway, I'm glad to have RN Plus in here. The name of the game here is Omni Resistance, so if you give me the opportunity to get a couple more resistances and trade some AC for it, well, I'm going to take that deal if I'm in a place like Elf. Oh, this guy. See, I like that we can one-shot the higher level elves. I mean, it's not really a surprise or anything, but it is good. As usual, I'm clearing this out, both for the experience and for if I need to take a hatch up. In general, ranged will take out dancing weapons pretty easily. penetration to take out multiple things at once. Always a good idea. Well, usually a good idea. Okay, I don't want to be next to this thing. Being drained happens very, very, very quickly when it's a dancing weapon of draining. I'm not going to bother penetrating here. Actually, yes I am. I was going to just stare dance, but I realize it's really a lot smarter if I just do it this way. By the way, I'm really surprised I haven't found another triple crossbow. I almost always run into that weird vault in vaults. I realize I'm using the same word twice. I'm talking about the branch vaults. There's a little vault in it, you know, like a player-made or dev-made vault inside of it that spawns a bunch of crossbows, most of which are just mundane triple crossbows. And I see it almost every game at some point. At least it definitely feels like I do. Did not find it this game. Well, we found the main vault. Oh yeah, this is a penetration situation. We're just gonna let poison take this thing out unless it starts summoning something nasty. Wow, that is a lot. That is a lot of mages. But yeah, the demonologists are completely and totally non-issues if they haven't summoned anything yet. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't treat them as like a priority and kill them quickly. I'm just saying that if they haven't yet done anything, they aren't going to kill you right then and there. That's all I'm saying. Wow. Misclick there. See, like, look at this. This is crap. Oh, I need to take a hatch. You know, could have easily landed me in the Hall of Blades. It didn't, but it could have. And that's the kind of place where you want to be. You want to have cleared the Hall of Blades. Now, we just found a very nice hat. I'm not going to buy it now because, well, I don't have the gold. Even if I did, I wouldn't buy it because we're kind of relying on the MR for my Hat of Pondering, but this guy might be our endgame hat. Once I get enough MR, if I get enough MR, to cover my weakness. Penetration is so excellent here as a brand. I mean, I would have had to have run through all this for sure. Instead, I just kind of duked it out. Why is he not dead? Oh, it's a different one. We'll just... Whoa. Oh, right. Oh, right. They have that. Sometimes I forget that they have Hellfire. This is actually very bad. Because he has haste up. I guess I could fear... I could die here is the thing. Yeah, I could actually die if he decides to Hellfire me twice. Very bad play. Very, very bad. Probably the safest thing is to fear. What's his MR at? It's really high is the problem. Man, I feel bad about this. Whew. Yeah, we had to risk it. He had the chance to hit me twice. Maybe more. Rough. Alright, well, you know, that was a bad, bad mistake. That's the closest I've been to death, I think. Possibly this entire streak. It's very badly done. Now, part of it is because this character just... It doesn't have the right tools, or rather, I've used up all the tools. If I had C Blink, I would have. I mean, clearly, I would have recognized that as an issue. And I mean, I did recognize it as an issue, but it's just that I didn't have the necessary tools. Suppose I could have used summon butterflies, but that's not guaranteed to stop hurl Hellfire. I'm just thinking about what I could have done differently in that situation. I mean, obviously, the right choice in that situation was to not get in that situation in the first place. Like right here. I can walk away, and yeah, he can Hellfire me some, but I can just Fog. I'm going to preemptively teleport here, in case he decides to... I didn't really mind if I end up in the middle of the vault, because there's probably not much left. But, yeah, I don't know, I just need to think about this a little more, because these, they can do, if they're hasted, they can do 120 damage. So I think that because I've had an easy time in here lately, due to the kind of characters I've been playing, I've maybe started to think about the challenges here as less bad. I mean, there was a time when I didn't want to do Elf at all because of how dangerous it is. Maybe I really shouldn't do it without Yara's. I mean, you get to break so many rules on a powerful Centaur. Oh hey, that is a ring. But yeah, you get to just break almost all the rules for what's acceptable to do with your character and what's suicidal to do with your character. And it kind of made me forget that, like, yeah, this place is probably the most dangerous place in the game, or one of them. Just due to the fact that you've got dudes with haste who use Hellfire. And they can, of course, spam. They can just spam and spam and spam and spam. Well, this certainly makes me want to train some more spells. Swiftness, huh? Seems kind of goofy on a Centaur, but I assure you it's not. With swiftness, you can go faster than I think certain obnoxious flying things, like maybe even caustic strikes. Although probably not that fast. How the Alchemist. Wow. Well, we're not ponderous anymore. Our AC has taken a dive. Boots of the Assassin spawned, which is hilarious. Arbalest of Alek and Aralek. I will put that on the list, if only because I would like to have... I mean, I would love to have Aralek all the time. Although it's an Arbalest, not a triple crossbow, which is unfortunate. But you can go through the game with an Arbalest. I mean, it works. I want to wear this ring mail. Now we've got EV that's decent. Our AC has taken a huge dive. But I think overall this is better. Sort of an interesting character is shaping up. I love Hat of the Alchemist, by the way. People say I've seen people say it's bad, and I think that's crazy, because it just gives you all the resistances. It's amazing. Speaking of resistances, I think that now that we have them all, clearly we want to wear this AC on our hands, not the resistance heavy one that I was using. Actually, wait, we do have Arlek all the time. What am I thinking? So yeah, I don't need that Arbalest. I need to delete Arbalest Ogre Slayer. There we go. Yeah, okay, this is pretty good stuff. That strength bonus on the ring mail should make me kill things faster. That's cool. And our MR is such that an Ancient Lich cannot do anything to us, and that's the gold standard. If an Ancient Lich can't paralyze you, you've got the maximum MR. You're good to go. You've got all the MR you're ever going to need. Barring something weird like maybe a Panlord, you're going to be fine. Just checking something here. Yeah, wow, How the Alchemist is just such a good find. This character, in about 2 seconds, became way, way, way better by virtue of this ring and this hat. I mean, those are... I can't begin to tell you, like, how much better the character is now. And we are incredibly ready to hit up Slime. Now, we're not going to do that right now. I'm going to make this a bit of a shorter video. We'll cut it now. But next time, we'll do slime, and we'll do crypts. And probably those two things won't take very long. We'll do Vaults 5 after that, and we'll see if I can fit in depths. Otherwise, it'll be 2 more videos, and we'll do depths, Zot, and Ascent. Unless, of course, some kind of hardship happens along the way, slows me down, makes me do something weird like Scumming Abyss. Probably not going to happen, but it's possible. Yeah. Oh wow, I haven't trained any spellcasting. I should train a little bit. Okay. I love these breakpoints. It's very good. Very good addition. So yeah, we'll train like this for just a little while. This shouldn't take that long to train this stuff up. Probably by the time I kill TRJ, it'll be most of the way there, if not there. And if not, Crypts will give me a little boost too. So, also hopefully, you know, by the time I roll into Crypts, I will probably want to have swapped off to Zen. I wanted to go TSO and get a holy triple crossbow, but that's not going to happen if I don't have another triple crossbow that is spawned. So I'll have to think a little bit on what I want to do about that. Maybe just wait until Oka gives me what I want, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. I could see some slightly awkward things happening on this character, in the timing of the god swap. I have to think about that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll try to play a little more careful next time. Hopefully not risk death from a deep elf sorcerer, because that was a very, very bad play. But until next time, I am signing out.